How's it going, Sha?
It's going all right. What's new with you?
You know, I enjoy when like silly things like trigger like weird pop culture things in your head that you don't realize are connected until they're happening. Like like I was this just happened right before the recording. That's why I'm thinking of this. Um, I had, as you know, I have to walk out of my house to go into my office that's downstairs,
Right?
and my wife Gabby has a plant addiction, and there's like a ton of plants,
Right.
right? So she's created like a wall of plants now that looks beautiful,
Hmm.
um, but they're like progressively more plant than space to walk.
Okay.
Okay. And that's cool. And she's like, nah, I fit. And I'm like, honey, we not the same size.
No, you're not.
Okay. We're like not. So like I know in your head this works. It does not
Right.
work for one of us at all. But
Okay.
I'm gonna let you rock. Do what
Hmm.
you do. Uh but in my head, I know I can't rush ever. Like, and whenever I like run down these steps, plants come with me always.
Okay. All right.
It is what it is. Like I try. So like I have to now allocate time to walk through this area so that I don't damage her like plants.
Hmm.
So we recorded today, and like it's a slightly different time than normal. So like I was getting ready, lost track of time in the morning. I was like, oh yeah, it's time to record. So I like ran down and
Hmm.
like I tripped, took down some plants with me. You know what I mean? And like in my head, as I'm tripping, I'm not like in pain, I'm not in fear, I'm not like angry.
Hmm.
It starts playing. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder why I keep from going. And I'm like, that's a
Sure.
political song.
Right.
But my brain made the connection and that felt like cool. I was like, yeah, I like how the brain does that. Like it gives you little silly, like, yo, this is you would appreciate this, you know?
Yes. Okay. Interesting. I will say this. My sister came to visit last weekend, and of course, she's been to New York plenty of times. She was born here,
Hell
so
yeah.
she knows what it is. Um, but so we went to see a play, right? We went to see The Wiz, which is very good. It's a very nice reworking of it,
Okay.
I think, and it's a lot more queer coded.
Oh,
Um, which isn't to say that anyone is just like I'm a gay whatever,
right.
but um, there's just a bit more queerness to it, and some things have been switched around. The order of a few songs are different, but it gives a different context to it. It's good. I enjoy it. But so that meant we had to go through Times Square at 7:30 on a Saturday night,
Okay.
and then or we walked through. We went out to eat. We were in like kind of Union Square-ish, the Village area,
Okay.
um, on a Sunday night, and then we were walking around my neighborhood also. But so those places, the Manhattan places, full of people, over full of people, or plenty of people, but room to walk around, blah blah blah. My area right now is just a nightmare. I don't know what's happening, but everything is the streets are very dirty right now.
Okay.
Um, and at some point she was like, "Wow, broken glass is everywhere." And just I just started laughing.
That's awesome.
I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, they were not lying."
That's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I love the cultures doing it. My son tries to do it. He goes too deep cut or like it's like it's like a connection that like I wouldn't make, but he makes it in his head and he thinks we're
Right.
all on board.
Mhm.
And also like I don't expect them from him. Like I was talking about I forgot me and Gabby were like discussing who like what dishes we make well.
Mhm.
And like I was getting kudos for my breakfast game.
Okay.
And like Aiden was like something to the effect of like, nah, dad got the breakfast. Like you got the lunch and dinner game, ma. But like dad got the breakfast. And like somehow he was like the pancakes. Uh he said like the Nas joint from State of Mind. He's like you monkey flip them, right, dad? And I was like, what? And it's like He's like, the pancakes, you treat them like Nas Streets rappers, you monkey flip them. And I was like,
Oh,
okay.
man.
Uh,
Yeah, that's great. That's
that's
great.
great. I'm glad you're listening. But it's like, bro, that's like I wouldn't I like I love Nas, but like I'm not thinking of that while discussing breakfast foods.
Well, maybe that's on you.
And
Maybe
you're
you
right,
should
you
be.
know what I mean?
I mean,
And
do
he
you
said it
really
so
love Nas?
yo, I was blown away. I was like, okay, he explained it. He's like, yeah, he's like, because Nas dominates rappers, right? That's why he says the rappers, I monkey flip them with
Mhm.
the funky rhythm. So I figured you're flipping pancakes, you know? And I was like, you
Makes
know
sense
what?
to me.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm with you. But bro, you just say I monkey flip them in the middle of a convo. I don't know
That's
where we at.
that's the best part, is to randomly say things like that. Look,
Oh
I
man.
I have lyrics and parts of songs and whatnot that things remind me of, or people will remind me of particular lyrics, and I say that all the time to myself, though,
Yeah.
only because nobody, or like, think of lines in movies, right?
Yeah.
Um, People remember whole movies, it feels like, whole parts of movies, particular lines. I know I and maybe it's just the dudes that I tended to be around or work with or whatever. They were constantly reciting lines to each other. I'd worked in jobs where you play little games to get through the shift or whatever, and a
Right.
lot of the guys would play like, they'd say a quote or two, and the other person has to guess what movie it's from or who says it, or things like that, right? And they try to, Shalewa, what about this quote? And I'm like, I don't pay attention to none of that shit, right? I don't
Okay.
know any, because the lines that stick with me are never the lines that stick with anyone else. And it's
Huh.
always some little thing, and it's always like a face or an expression or a thing that I am like, that cracks me up, but nobody else finds it funny, or no one
Okay.
even remembers that it happens. So I can't say, like, blah blah blah. The only other person who would get it is my sister, and that's if she's with me during a part, or she can, like, watch something and go, "That's something Shalewa would like." You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing, but otherwise, um, yeah, no one else gets it, so I just say it to myself and laugh at myself, or I say it to my sister and she goes, "You're nuts." Or, you know what I mean? Like, that kinda thing. Um
There's I don't know if it's not a he doesn't I don't necessarily care about what he says, but there's a moment that happens in Paid in Full that I have a similar feeling about
Hmm,
that very few people discuss afterward, but I thought was brilliant.
hmm,
There's a character who's called Calvin. He becomes like the rival at the end of the film, and like, but he's like the initial big drug dealer who's dating the sister of Ace
okay.
initially, right? And he comes over to the home for dinner, and the mom doesn't like him, but has to deal with him because A, dating her daughter, and B, he does give money that the house needs,
Right.
right? So she tolerates it. Uh, but there's a moment where he comes in, he's talking to her, he's being respectful, and he says, me and my girlfriend are gonna get out of here. And he says it so nonchalantly that like he starts picking out his eye booger. But what people don't notice is that he picks his eye booger through his glasses because they're only stylistic frames. They don't have lenses. And that shit is the coolest shit I've seen in a movie. Like that shit is so fucking dope. And no one talks about it. They got all these awesome paid in full quotes. I love them all. But that
Mhm.
moment is brilliant to me in the movie. He's just like talking. He just puts his finger through the eye, through the glasses,
And you
and
know
picks
what?
out an eye booger.
How long have you worn glasses, Gastor?
Since I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
N Only people with glasses would notice that right away.
Yeah.
And that's why no one mentions it, I
Yeah.
bet, because they don't even notice how weird that is. But yes, that's
That-
absolutely a thing where if I watch that movie, I would absolutely gravitate to, because I'm like, "Wait, what?"
I was like, and like, and then I weirdly became jealous because I couldn't do it because
Right.
I got glasses. I was like, yo, that's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, my roommate recently watched Dazed and Confused, this movie from the 90s about kids in the 70s, last day of school. Um, kids who are getting ready to maybe go into their senior year of high school or enter high school from middle school. And there's a big party, one of those kinds of here's one night in like some small town in Texas in the 70s. Um, and I love that movie. It's a great movie. There are a lot of people in it in the like early to mid 90s, made by Richard Linkletter. It's very good. Um, but there's one character played by what's his name, David Goldberg, I think. And the name would not, no one could conjure up his face, but if you saw his face, you'd go, "Oh yeah, that guy." Um, and he the one of the things that they do is they haze the kids who are leaving middle school before they enter high school.
Okay.
Uh, Guys are doing it. They're paddling the boys paddle the other boys who are get to enter high school, and the girls do something that's far more psychological. Like they round them up and they spray them with, I don't know, like whipped cream or something. They make them kneel in front of upperclassmen and ask the boys if they'll marry them. Like the girls stuff is way more, just
Yo.
real psychological. You know how girls do, and so uh, there's this one girl who picks out one of the younger girls, and she's like, "All right, get on your knees and ask this guy to marry." And the guys that she's talking to are like two just kind of slightly nerdy guys or whatever. And one of them, the one who's being asked if he would marry her, is a blonde guy, glasses, and the other guy is David Goldberg. And so the girl's like, "Will you marry me?" And Blondie with the glasses looks at David Goldberg and goes, "What am I supposed to do with this? Like, how do I answer her?" And David Goldberg just answers. He just goes, "Man, I don't know." That's all he says, right? I don't know. And it destroyed me. I don't know why, but he's just like, "Man, what I don't know." And it's not even that long. I'm doing it longer than he did it in the movie, and it's so funny. And I would say, "Oh no, that's like my favorite part of the movie." And then we get to it and people are like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Yo, if you don't see why that is fucking hilarious, I cannot help you. I cannot help you." It's just the whole situation and
Oh, that's
someone be
awesome.
just being like, "Ah." It It's so funny to me. But
I
yes,
love that we're gonna send our listeners to like these two really random scenes.
sh totally couldn't be more different of movies. Alright, well, I
uh
guess after this, I need to watch Paid in Full and Dazed and Confused?
you know what I mean? Just for a combined 2 seconds.
Yes, for 2 seconds worth of footage that I guarantee you will not be on YouTube, so you will need to watch the movies.
Real talk. Oh man, let's get into the news.
Alrighty.
Starliner astronauts could be in space until next year. A pair of astronauts that have been on the International Space Station for 8 weeks longer than originally anticipated. Maybe, yo, that's wild. That's already crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
like, let's start there. What?
what is going on? 8 weeks longer than originally anticipated, may be stuck in space until 2025 under one contingency option being explored by NASA. Uh, wow. Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore took off from Florida on the Boeing Starliner on June 5th and landed in the International Space Station the next day, where the scheduled mission was expected to last between 8 and 10 days. 62 days later, they're still on board the ISS, and NASA has said they're exploring backup options to get the astronauts home as issues with the Starliner persist. One option, multiple outlets reported on Wednesday, would involve Williams and Wilmore remaining there for another 6 months before returning on a SpaceX vehicle in 2025. That plan would require substantial changes to SpaceX's upcoming Crew Dragon mission. Instead of sending a 4-person crew to space as planned, the mission would only send 2 astronauts and have Williams and Wilmore join the mission and work on the ISS for another 6 months. and then have the entire crew return in February. NASA is still also considering using the Starliner, which Boeing maintains is still fine, to bring Williams and Wilmore back.
Okay, stop. Let me make sure I have this straight. We sent them up in a Boeing,
Yup.
which I don't know if I realized Boeing made spacecraft.
I thought
I did not know.
everything was NASA brand.
Yes, exactly.
Real talk. I didn't know that was some like they was like outsourcing it.
Yeah, which I mean, of course, but I didn't know that Boeing made enough that they're like, "Oh, this is our Starliner spaceship." Like
Yeah.
I didn't okay, so there's that. So now so we send them up there. And so I guess the problem is that the spaceship is faulty.
Mm-hmm.
So our only options are to wait until SpaceX, which is Elon's joint,
Yup.
until they're ready to make their trip, and they just only have two people go, and then these guys go and they help them with whatever they were going to do, and then they all catch a ride catch a ride with these two back.
Oh, that's wild.
Or like
Or Boeing
or
picks up their customer service line
right,
and they're like, all right, we'll help out even though you out of warranty. You
or
know
they
what I
can
mean?
use am I dumb in thinking that I mean, I know they all like get destroyed in reentry, right? They
Right.
all burn through and then it's just I don't know, they float down into the water or some shit. And then they swim back, whatever it is.
Right.
I know that that is the case, but do we not and this also is dumb of me. Do we not just have extra do we build for the moment and not like have an extra do we not just have a spaceship for rescue?
Real talk. I'm with you. They don't got to, at the very least, Boeing should have another one of these star lines since it's a
How yeah,
line.
are you only building them for the moment or do you have which I mean honestly, I don't know what's better or worse like for if Boeing's making them like do we want them to be made in the moment like for the particular trip or do we want the to have one that's been chilling in someone's garage and half rusted over?
I don't know.
Do we want them in a hurry, making them in a hurry for a date, or do we want them to have made just kind of, and then if they need extras, like they make use them for parts, like they make
All
one,
my
but they,
spaceships are bespoke. Okay. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just like my suits, baby. Okay.
which I, and do they have enough shit to be up there until February?
Yeah. Like, yo, are
And
they on
if
a diet
not,
now? Just unintentionally?
like if they don't have enough stuff, are we sending them supplies? And if so, can they catch a ride on that shit when it comes back down?
This is crazy work.
I just can't believe, and there's no one else that's got a fucking space Uber that can roll up there. I know we just talked about how Russia ain't got no more Olympic people, but they gotta have a ship. Russia was the main one
You know what
we were
I
up
mean?
against. They ain't got no ships nowhere. We
I'm
don't
not
have one
saying,
in a museum. What's going on at
yeah.
space camp? We can't reuse one of these old just a
Yeah. It might not go as
Volkswagen
fast no
Beetle.
more. I'm with you.
Yes,
You
it's
know what I
going to
mean?
take time. The gas is different. We're going to have to retrofit a few things, but we can't.
Yo, that's wild work.
We're just going to leave them up there. Also, I think one is American and one is from Russia, right?
That I
This
don't know.
doesn't say. I
I know
think
they both
that's
got American flags on.
no. That's just because they flew out on the NASA thing. But
Right.
I think that they. I thought that it was one was an American astronaut, one was a Russian astronaut because it's the International Space Station, which is also wild. Once
Suni
it's in
Williams is American. Butch.
no.
Butch is born in Tennessee and Suni was born in Ohio.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
now
then
they
maybe
both
I'm
our
thinking
people.
of two other people that are stuck up there. Who knows?
Oh my God.
Like what?
What are y'all doing, yo? Real talk.
What's happening?
Is I gotta go. I want you to have several of them. Mainly because like I can't trust that you built it well if it's the only one you built. You know,
You
it
got
just is what it is. If you only
you
made
gotta
one of
build
these
2.
things, you can't tell me you were expert.
No. Only build 1 at a time?
That's wild.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And now that's why we in this situation. Bowen's like, nah, we did it right, like the other ones. We don't got no, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what to
Yeah.
prove it against.
Like, I don't there
This is
has to
crazy work.
be yeah, I just we I just feel like I this country if you have decided you're gonna send people into space, I feel like you should always just have an extra ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that's me,
You know,
but
I will say though, I am thankful in one way.
mm,
Every now and then, people that are really smart remind us that they're not that much smarter than us.
not that smart.
Real talk. We needed something like, yo, but don't put these people on a pedestal. I mean, they might have like, you know, the capacity for intelligence. They could build these things,
Right,
but no
sure.
common sense.
No common sense.
They
Y'all ain't
spent
got
all
an
their
extra
time.
key to your house?
Real talk. That's exactly
Y'all haven't
regular shit. This is regular shit problems that space engineers couldn't figure out because they don't got regular shit people around them. Real talk. I promise you, there was a janitor that was like, yo, you don't got a second one of these?
Yeah.
That was just
So
walking
this
by.
the
I was like,
only
all right,
one?
real talk.
Come
You know what I mean?
on.
And yeah, I know y'all made a whole movie about how the women's only had one bathroom. Y'all ain't think about, yo, y'all should have 2 ships?
Like, come on.
Come on, B.
I
There's gonna
that
be a
just
movie one day though.
is it? Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna make it? That's the thing is there will be one ship, but there will literally be 2 movies made at the same time, released at the same time about this one event.
Oh man. The Netflix and Hulu competing documentaries
Right,
right here, yo.
yes. Precisely that.
In other news, couple charges wedding guests $333 each in an effort to save money. That's right. For many couples, their big wedding day requires a budget. On average, weddings now cost tens of thousands of dollars. The biggest price tag is typically the venue that accounts for about 37% of the total cost, said the not deputy editor Esther Lee. To cut down on spending, newlyweds Nova and Remo Styles.
Already? No.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of y'all.
Remo Styles? No. No.
They got creative and thinking about their nuptials like a concert and charging guests to attend their celebration. I said people choose to go to Beyonce concerts because they know they're going to have an experience. Let's put the stress on the guests. Let's sell tickets for the wedding, Nova said. I was like, babe, people aren't going to come, said the Remo.
Oh
Never in
wow,
my
I
life.
thought Remo. This
Yeah.
definitely smacks of an idea by someone named Remo.
Real talk. I never thought in my life I would be like voice of reason, Remo.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, if your name is Remo, I automatically see the at symbol in front of it. You know what I mean?
big time, yo.
Big at Remo energy. But oh, okay.
Go figure. But people did come, but there was also some pushback. I would never spend money on tickets. I don't care. Who do you guys think you are? Jay-Z and Beyonce, Nova recalled. Yeah. Tickets priced at $333 earned guests a seat on their double-decker bus and a 12-hour adventure of New York City. Their strategy spared them $70,000 in wedding expenses. Other couples are flipping the traditional script to save some cash as well. They're doing brunch weddings. That's way more reasonable than this
So much
charging your
more.
friends thing. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, that makes more sense to me. I don't know. I like the idea of like hacking the wedding system. I don't necessarily know if I like the idea of like charging my friends $333 to come see me get married.
Then we ain't friends.
You paying $333?
No, we ain't friends.
Yeah, I was about to say that's wild work to me.
No, I'm not paying. No, no, I'm not. I not for a 12-hour adventure in New York City
Yeah, I'm not seeing the value.
for 333. I'll just buy my own plane ticket if I don't live here and do my
Yeah,
own thing for that much.
real
Just to
talk.
watch y'all get married? Get the fuck out of here. If you don't take your ass to the fucking
No,
You don't go to the goddamn city hall and then just throw a party. Get out of here. Get
Real,
out of here.
yo, like we perform for a living. And I
Yes.
would feel wild charging my friends $333 to see
To see me
me perform
perform.
the rest of my life.
Yes.
Like, yo, $333 buys you a ticket to every Gastor Almonte show you want to go
Yeah,
to.
that's a lifetime
Real
membership.
talk. That is wild work. That is bananas. Yo, who do you
Mm-mm.
think? Yo, come see me do this thing that might not work out
And
for
also, here's the thing
$333.
of that doesn't make sense in the logic behind it. Nova said people choose to go to the Beyonce concert because they know that they're going to have an experience. Let's
Mhm.
put now, great. Okay. So let's put the stress on the guests and sell tickets for a wedding. Do you think Beyonce is saying, let's put the stress on the concert goer?
Real talk.
I know you're going to come see me because you want an experience, but let's stress you out by making you pay. I mean, kinda she is, because man, them ticket prices were no joke.
Yeah, it was
But
serious.
um I like
But she's like,
but
how do
she's
I give them
also
the
she
value
has
of yeah.
also had ribs removed so that she's able to perform for us better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, real talk. Show me a rib you took out. Real
she's
talk.
she's doing the thing. Y'all are just getting married. That's not an experience. I don't care if we get to ride through Times Square on a double decker bus, which honestly people are doing for cheaper in Times Square. So
Mhm.
we're not even what?
I'm not
Like
seeing the value.
I'm not seeing the value at all. You're not doing anything special. So what do we do? Are we going bowling? Like what are we spending the night somewhere? Like show me what we're doing.
Yeah, I need an itinerary to be a proper
That's
judge of this.
different from the average wedding.
Yeah. I could honestly get on board with this if there's enough that gets me to the value of this ticket. But I'm not there right now. 12 hours to New York on a double decker. Depending on who you are, that sounds like a shitty experience. Like you got to pay me to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also, like, it was a $70,000 budget. That means they had 210 tickets.
No, I mean, no, that means that's how much they saved. They
Right. By
saved
like,
70,000, right?
that would mean that 210 people bought tickets at that price point. So, how many double deckers did they have?
Hmm, that's a good point. Um, yeah, no, I don't know about this. That just seems like that's
Uh,
I don't yeah, because
Remo,
here's the thing. That's how much the other thing is that's how much you want regular guests to pay. Imagine you're in the wedding party. Do you know
yeah,
how
nah.
much it costs to be a part of a wedding?
Mm-mm.
Because there's no way that people decide to do this, charge guests, and they don't have a very particular style of dress that they want you to wear. You don't get to wear anything in the purple family
If
when
I pay
someone is charging.
333, nah,
No,
I'm
you
definitely a
yeah. So the
Dickies outfit that day.
bridesmaids probably paid about $1,500.
Oh my God.
If their guests are paying $300, the bridesmaids probably paid like $1,500 for dress, shoes, hair, and that honestly may be on the low end because
Nah,
you can
B.
pay that. You can end up paying that much or more for a wedding where guests aren't paying for tickets.
$1,500. I think it's definitely single digits people that I would go to a wedding for that price point. That's like
Where,
not
but I
even,
mean, you would be in the wedding party.
yeah, even like wedding party, $1,500 is single digit people.
Hmm.
Um,
Like your
yeah,
kids.
yeah, like my kids, I'll be in the wedding. They're definitely in it. Gabby, I would be in her wedding.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'm assuming I'm taking a bigger role there, but
Maybe. You
you
don't
know what I
know.
mean? Never know.
Who
Futures
knows what the
change. Real
future
talk.
brings?
But those, my siblings, I'm hoping my parents are done getting married. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Um, that might be it. Like if my siblings have kids, I don't know if I'm showing up like that. I'll show up $300, but $1,500, nah. For my niece and nephew, I'm good.
Yeah,
My grandkids, I would do it. They're not
mm,
here yet.
yeah, I can't. I'm also wondering. Yeah, I'm still kind of stuck on the activities. I'm wondering if I could throw any sort of party where I would need. people to spot me $300 for
It's
the party to
crazy.
go on. Like I
I
just
can't
don't.
think of it.
I can't. I
There's
know.
got to be at least like 10 things. Like for me to make like, yo, like we gonna eat at this crazy restaurant. Then we
And you
gonna
know
stop by
how?
this beach. Then
Yeah, it's so hard to put those kinds of plans together where everything is all. That's an all day
yeah,
activity. I don't want to be with y'all all day.
yo, but she said 12 hours.
Give me that brunch. Give me a brunch.
I love the brunch.
Give
Brunch
me
is
a
a fire
brunch.
idea. And
Also,
brunch is smooth because like it could start when you want it. You want to stay longer, stay longer. You're not feeling up to it. You could do a quick pop in at the brunch. Keep it moving. Have a glass of champagne and leave.
I think I'm big on if you're if you're not going to do a city hall thing, which is perfectly fine and within your right if you're going to do a thing, let's make that ceremony not long. Let's make it no longer than 30 minutes.
Real talk. I'm with you.
30 minutes is good. A 30 minute and and that's even with if you give the give the pastor some. Give him a tight 5 to go ahead and talk about whatever he wants to talk about. But
Amen.
and then let's go on and get to this food, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll get to this DJ. And then I would want it where it ends early enough that if anybody needs to lay it down, they can go lay it down. But if there are people who maybe traveled and still want to like keep going, let them keep going.
I'm with it.
Let them go out into the night and have the rest of their thing. And I decide if I want to join you somewhere or if I'm like, I don't know, I'm tired. I
Real
waited till
talk.
my elder years to get married. I can't be out here in the streets like that no more. I'm a married woman. Um,
I'm with you. I would do dinner. I would do the wedding itself
mhm.
10 a.m.
Oh
brunch
shit! I don't know about
straight
a
up.
10 a.m. wedding. Ain't no one coming to no 10 a.m.
I
wedding.
don't want nobody at the 10 a.m. wedding. I want
We
I'm
gotta
dead ass. You're right. I want 7, 8 people at the wedding. My mom,
just do City Hall then.
straight up. We doing a quick little. Now I want the whole church. I want the chapel in the back. I
Oh,
want the
see, I don't. Oh, you can
little
just do that
chapel.
in pictures. I don't.
10
Yeah.
people, get some pictures. 1 o'clock, we meeting for brunch. We there from 12 to 4. Everybody could go home after that. You can pop in if you want. And we're at a bar at 7. If you want to come, cool. If not, no worries. You made any portion that matters to you. That's my move. That's what I would do.
Okay. All right. All right. I feel like I would probably do a city hall thing and then just a party later because
I'm with you.
I'd much rather have like DJs.
Ah,
You know.
see, like I would real talk. You know, a place I love seeing people pop into
Mm.
Union Hall in Brooklyn. I love seeing people when they do like their wedding thereafter. It's you got bocce ball, you got music.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess so.
The people that are there become part of the wedding party. They're like, oh, I'll buy you a drink. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
good
I
time,
guess
and
so.
it's not officially throwing. You don't got to do the hard part of creating the ambiance. That's what costs money. You trying to throw a party in a church gym. It wasn't meant for that. Okay.
No,
Now
I probably would rent out like a club or not a club, but or I don't even know what that looks like for me now because I'm tired too. So,
I'm
yeah,
not renting anything. I'm going to a place where there's already an environment I like. That way I
yeah,
don't got to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
it's
guess
just
so. But
popping.
for me, I'm so particular about the music that I would go to a place, but I also would be like, my man's here has to get on on the music, and then and I'm not going to bring someone who's going to be trash, but I also am like, this is what I'd want to hear.
Right, right.
You
Okay,
know? So
okay,
that would be the only thing for me is that I will music-wise, I would be a stickler for that.
okay,
But I imagine that would be the case if I did a thing where it was like, we're doing the reception until 10 or something. You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay,
If it's like an afternoon wedding and then we eat and then have the reception thing, the DJs, that's where I would have the DJs, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, once I have my party hearing the music that I want to hear, deuces, y'all do whatever you want.
boom.
Yeah, but that's not going to cost you $300.
At all. Real talk.
No.
If you would like to DJ Shalewa's future wedding, okay?
Ooh, I'm gonna need tapes. I'm gonna need
Real
lots of
talk.
tapes.
I can't say you could do it by liking and subscribing, but we'll let you submit a
Yes,
tape
well,
if you like
yeah,
to subscribe,
because
okay?
I'm particular, so I don't know if you want to do that.
If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. Your tape is trash, okay? It's okay. Keep it. We like you, but you ain't gonna be able to do this, okay? 5 stars. You got a good tape. Real talk. There's potential. Shalewa was keeping you in the rotation. Wedding's gonna be in like 10 years though. So just
Probably.
keep in mind it's not today. But like block
Yeah.
out that date. You know what I mean?
It's no time soon. I can say that. It's not around the corner.
Real talk. It's we're gonna book you. It's gonna be like chocolate Sundays for comedians. Like your date is in like
All right.
2034.
We'll let you play, but it is a smooth 7 years from now. But congratulations.
Congrats, baby. You got the job.
You got
the job. It pays $45 and a free dinner. Okay.
Right, yes.
Real talk. I got you. All you can eat. Okay.
Mhm.
Free tickets too. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, the admittedly excited to be a guest, Gastor Almonte. I'm buying you the first round, Sha.
Oh, yes, all the ginger ale I could possibly want.
Hell yeah. I won't be sharing that with you, but I'll buy you all the
Okay,
ginger ale you want.
yes, right.
I'm gonna come in with a crate for every brand, okay?
Of
You gotta
ginger
see
ale?
every one of them, yo. Real talk.
Oh my god.
Which one is yours?
I don't know. I had Schweppes at the house, and my sister came in and took a sip and was like, "Ooh, this stuff's strong." So I don't know.
We're gonna have Schweppes. We're gonna have Canada Dry. We're gonna have Seagrams. We're gonna have Reeds.
Oh wow. I mean,
Boylans.
I guess that's everything. Oh, I guess there's the one that the Detroit people drink, the Vernons.
Vernons, yeah.
Which I've never had, but I feel like we should have that on deck because there are Detroit people in my life. The least I could do.
We got you.
Yeah.
Detroit in the house. Okay.
And then there's
Fever
Big
Tree.
K. Big K ginger ale. Big K is the house brand at Kroger. The house. Give me the house ginger ale, please.
The house. There you go. We got well drinks. Ginger ale.
Well,
What you know about that, yo? This wedding popping, yo. Come on. And for the bougie people, we gonna have green tea with ginger ale mixed in. Okay?
Yeah.
We got you too, okay? This has been wedding is inspired, but it somehow became healthy drink adjacent episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.